on the moon. So that's really a proud moment, and it's a historical moment as well for India. So we really appreciate our scientists in ISRO, right? Those who have put a lot of effort to make this mission happen. Congratulations, everyone. Okay. Okay. All right. So let's. What yesterday we learned about this RDS, correct? What are the three important things? At least two important things that we have learned yesterday. One is read replicas, and another one is multi-AC. So read replicas. So basically, if you go and set up a DB engine, how many engines that RDS supports? 6 engines, right? And then and then what we're going to do is we'll go and set up the DB instance, okay? And then from there, we go and create a read replicas, right? And then we don't do multi-AZ, but we have learned multi-AZ, just matter of selection, right? And rest everything we can see directly in the console, what are the configurations we have, okay? Ready? Should we go and do it? Let's go to RDS. Okay. So Nana, RDS is regional. RDS is regional, correct? So let's go ahead and then set up a database. So on the left side, do you see click on databases? And then do you see here we have create database. So let's go ahead and then create a database. Click on create database. And I'm telling you guys, if you concentrate the whole page, the entire page, if you concentrate this page, rest everything are simple. Because while configuration, we see so many options, and for restoring also, for configuring, for restoring, for whatever you do for creating a read replica, you will get the same details. So I will be going for each and every property here. Please concentrate. Okay, now. So now let's go for this standard create or easy create. Which one should we go? Standard. Let's not easy do it. Okay, so we will be learning a lot, right? So let's go with the standard create. If you go for the easy create, it uses the best recommendation, automatically get created. So let's not do it because we need to learn, right? Let's go for standard create. And then I told you there are 6 engines that it supports, right? So why it is show 7? For Aurora it is 2. Aurora supports MySQL and Postgres. I told you, no, Aurora is compatible with MySQL and then Postgres. So you have here MySQL and Postgres, and MS SQL, MariaDB, PostgreSQL, and Oracle MS SQL Server. Okay, so you can select. Don't select Oracle and MS SQL because those are licensed based. So let's go with the Postgres. Postgres is open source. We can also use it. Okay, now. Next, do you see this here? Engine version. What is that? Engine version. So we are selected Postgres. No. So Postgres version is there. So there are so many versions available here. So we need to always select the latest version. So not even the latest version, guys. So I always recommend, not only me, in the industry, they always recommend to go with N-1. Which one? N-1 meaning what? Latest minus 1 all the time. Okay, in the real time also you will be going all the time with the N-1. So, and also please keep this in mind that you need to get in touch with the developers to check the engine version, because developers, they develop the application, right? That their applications should be compatible with the database engine version. Yes or no? Developers. So your application should be compatible with the engine version, right? Yes, it should be, right? So please check with the developers which engine version they should have. So based on that, select it. And then we have templates. Nana, here we have three types of templates, Chitty. One is production, dev test, and free tier. Which one we should be using it? But I'll be selecting the production and you'll see all the options. We should learn all the options, correct? We'll go with all the options and we don't launch. We'll come back and we'll select the free tier. Because in real time, you'll be selecting free tier. No, right? So that's the reason. Let's go with the production. Do you see this availability and durability? So yesterday we learned about multi-AZ, availability. So I told you about the cluster also. So AWS is RDS is providing one cluster now. That is new one. Do you see multi-AZ DB cluster? If you select multi-AZ DB cluster, what will happen is automatically one primary and two replicas will be created. Do you see this? Creates a DB cluster with primary DB instance and two readable standby DB instances. You no need to do it manually. Automatically, it will do it. And if you go for multi-AZ DB instance, so it says, like I told you, invisible one. So if the multi-AZ DB instance, but if you go for single DB instance, that is no multi-AZ, nothing, normal. So creates a single DB instance with no standby DB instances. So if you are selecting, let's say for example, second one, if you select the first one, what will happen? Automatically, two read replicas will be get created. So in real time, I'll just go with the multi-AZ DB. Multi-AZ meaning you will have one DB instance and another DB instance will be created on the standby. Okay. No replicas for single DB instance. No. Okay. Coming down, settings. DB instance identifier. Identifier meaning what here? Guys, identifier meaning name. I'm not talking about name of the database, not database name. Database identifier, instance name. You are launching the EC2 instances, no? You will give the name of the EC2 instance. Let's say if you have 100 EC2 instances, how do you identify? You give the name, no? Name is nothing but tag. Here also you are giving the name. So let's say here, instead of, can you Google this Postgres instance? Can you go like this? Postgres instance. Okay. Guys, remember, I'm talking, this is a DB instance identifier. Is this a database name? No, it is just a instance identifier. Okay, Nana, do you see here? Master username, what is the username? That is a default username we have. And then password, can you give your own password? Yes, you can give your own password. But do you see here, yesterday did we learn about this? What is this? Secret manager. So where you store all your secrets. So your credentials, username, password, everything. There is a separate service, right? There is a separate service for this called secret manager. So you go here and then you create your keys or you create your, do you see, store a new secret. So click on this and credentials for your RDS DB instance, or you want the credentials for your whichever that you want, you can select. What is the username? What is the password? That's it, and click on next and create it. And you mention the rotation. What is rotation meaning? Frequently repeat, change the username and password. So automatically you just mention, create it here, and then you say manage master credentials in AWS Secret Manager. This is the efficient way, and it is a very secure way of having the credentials. Not only in RDS, anywhere if you want to get the credentials, make use of Secret Manager. Okay, ma? So now, should I go with the master, or you can say auto-generated password. If you go with the auto-generated password, it will give that yoga style password, right? So, or should we give our own password if you want? Yes, let's say root 1 2 3 4 5 6. I'm giving, okay, random root 1 2 3 4 5 6. That is a password I have given. You understood this credentials? No, everyone understood? Credentials? Okay, slowly come down. So now here, instance configuration. I told you, in EC2 we have instance type. Here also we have something called instance DB instance type. So will you go with the standard which include M class, or you want to go with R class or X class or T class, whichever you want, you can go for it. So our T mini, our T2 micro is there, no? T2 micro, T3 micro is there, right? And then if you go with the standard classes, which is M1 or memory optimized, so basically it is up to based on your requirement whether which one you want to select. So if you need more memory related, go with the memory optimized instances. If you want the standard, go with the standard. And you see here 8 GB, 16, 32, 64, 128, 192, 256. So if you keep on increasing, you have so many instance types. So based on the requirement, you just select it. So should we go with at least 32 GB RAM, for example? You can modify it. Yes, Pradeep. Guys, should I select M5 2X large? Huh? For example, I selected. And include previous generation. Do you need previous generation classes? No, don't always select the latest generation. And then here we have coming to storage. Storage, I have, remember yesterday we learned GP2, GP3, IO1, magnetic. Will you go with the magnetic? No. So which one is good? IO1. So IO1 is for faster, no? Remember, in EC2, we have learned different types of volumes, right? So which is the fastest volume? IO1, IO2. So which one is the default volume? GP2. So you need a good performance, go with the GP2. Or if you need a super high performance, go with the IO1. So, and then for IO1, what is the minimum size? 100 GB. So how much you have given here by default? 400. That's fine. Okay. And you have 65,000 536 GB is the maximum value here. And then provisioned IOPS. Guys, remember in EBS we have learned, right? So if you select IO1, you need to give the IOPS configurable, right? Remember, so you can give the IOPS values here. You can go all the way from 1000 to how much? 80,000. So how much your IOPS are increasing, that much money you will get it. Do you remember I told you this? So if you put 10,000, IOPS, you will get a good, huge bill. So if you, because you will get super high performance, no? The IOPS, if you are increasing the IOPS, the performance is getting increased. So let's put 3,000 only. Or if you want to put 5,000, put 5,000. It's up to you. Okay. And do you see here, what is this? Storage auto scaling. Remember yesterday we learned about storage auto scaling. So what is the size that I have given for this? 400, but this 400 will automatically get full after a couple of months. So if you enable storage auto scaling and give the maximum value of 1000 GB, or can you give 5000 GB also? Can you give 10,000 GB also? AWS will charge for 10,000 GB. Until the data is reached that point, AWS will not charge. So if you mention here 1000 GB, even though your data is reached 400 GB, this RDS will not complain saying that storage is full. So automatically keep on increasing till 1000 GB. Okay. So this is production. That's why I have selected all these things. Okay. Slowly, let's go down. Next one here is connectivity. Is this clear till here, everyone? Okay. So now we have connectivity. So guys, generally your database will be connected by whom? By applications only, no? Where are the applications? In EC2 only, no? So basically, this was not there before. Latestly, they have put this. So here, compute resource. Don't connect to EC2 compute or connect to the EC2. Let's say you have application on the EC2 instance. If you select here, connect to the EC2, it will ask, Babu, select the EC2 instance. But do we have EC2 instance now? In real time, you will have EC2 with the application, no? Select that and automatically you will get connected to this RDS. It's very simple. But do we have EC2 now? No. So let's don't connect to the EC2. But if at all you have in real time, I'm telling you again, so connect to the EC2. You got this? No. Next is VPC. Obviously, your RDS should be inside the VPC, correct? Select the VPC. Select the subnet. And guys, in your production, it should be publicly accessed or private? Yes or no? In production, yes or no? Publicly accessible? 100% no. Because remember, your database should be always, always, always private, right? But as we need to connect it from internet, then I need to give it public. But in real time, it should be always private. So I put no here because it is production template. And then default security groups are already selected here. Okay. And then remember yesterday we learned about RDS proxy. What does this RDS proxy will do? Yes, it will reduce the number of connections to few connections and it will give to the database. So you don't need to do anything, just a matter of click, automatically get created. But do you create it? Don't create it. So RDS proxy has additional cost. Don't select it. Okay. And certificate authority is default. So keep it default only. So this is an extra layer of security for your connections that is being made to your database. Additional configuration. As we have selected Postgres, what is the default port number for Postgres? 5432. 5432. Is this clear? This guy, connectivity? Clear, connectivity? Online? Okay, good. So now come down. Next is database authentication. So here password authentication. So port number is for engine, not DB instance. What? Both are same only, no? Pradeep, port number is for engine, not DB instance. Where is your engine? In the DB instance only, no? So both are same. So database authentication options here. Do you see? Password authentication. So we have given the user. What is the default username we have given? What is the default username? So basically, you are listening and you are seeing my face and you are forgetting everything. Huh? Do I look like moon? Uh-huh. So guys, what is it? If you go up, do you see this here? What is the default username I have given? Postgres. Okay. So here, if you go here, password authentication. So we have given the default username and password. No. So you can select that. With that we can log into the DB instance, or you can go with the IAM username and password. Or you can go with the Kerberos authentication. Kerberos authentication meaning, remember Active Directory? Active Directory. What is Active Directory in AWS called? She got Kopam, huh? Kicking the leg. Huh? What is the Active Directory called in AWS? Directory services. Which one? Directory services. So if you create a directory service, remember we can create username and password in Active Directory, no? So you can use that username and password in order to connect to this database if you go for the Kerberos. So which one should go for now? Let's go with the password, because we have given the username Postgres, password root 123456 I have given. Next, coming down, monitoring. Do you remember yesterday we learned about performance insights, dashboards? So here, if you turn on performance insights, what will happen is, guys, you can easily, nicely monitor your database engine. So that meaning how many connections are getting made to your database, how many people got connected, how many applications are connected, how many machines got connected, and which query is running, which query is taking a lot of time, which query is ideal. So everything, what are the top 5 queries that every time running, all this monitoring, you can do it using performance insights. It's just matter of selection, ticker, and automatically you get it. Okay. Encryption. AWS/RDS is there. And we have something called DevOps Guru. What is that? DevOps Guru. So DevOps Guru, basically, you know to enable it. But in real time, it's good to enable. What will happen is if you enable DevOps Guru, so it will detect some performance issues. It will detect some issues and it will recommend to you, Babu, do this, don't do this, Babu, enhance this, or it will give some suggestions. Do you see? DevOps Guru for RDS automatically detects performance anomalies for DB instance and provides recommendations. So if you enable this DevOps Guru, it will give the recommendations. Let's say, for example, you are using 32 GB RAM, and then and this 32 GB RAM is always high. All the time it is using 100%. So DevOps Guru will tell Babu, your memory is very high. Please try to increase the instance type to the bigger one, right? And then there are so many queries you are running on the DB engine which is not effective. So change the queries. So all these kind of recommendations DevOps Guru will give. So not required. And then monitoring, enhanced monitoring. So deeper monitoring if you want to do, enable it. Otherwise, don't enable it. And then if you go for the additional configuration, and here it is asking what database name. The previous one was database instance identifier. That was instance identifier. This is a database name. So guys, engine name we have given. That is identifier. Inside the engine, we need to create databases. No, this is the sample database you are creating. Let's say, should I give demo DB? Give any name, no issues. Parameter groups for global schemas. Remember, yesterday we have learned, so you keep that default. And backups, enable automate. What is backups called in RDS? Snapshot. So can you take your backups manual also? You can automate it also, correct? So if you want to automate it, you can schedule it. So what is the default retention period? Maximum. So if you go here, maximum 35 days. So based on your company requirement, you need to select the retention period. So you need to ask your customer, Babu, how many latest backups that you need? You need 10 days, 20, 30, 35. So you need to tell maximum is 35. So he will choose it and you give the number here. And then backup window. When you want to take the backups, mornings or nights? Night. So choose a window and select the time and the duration. Okay. And then, guys, when you're taking the snapshot, all this snapshot will be stored in which region? Which region? Which region? Mumbai region. Correct? Mumbai region. So all your snapshot here. See here. Do you see this? Snapshots. So all the snapshot will be stored in here only, right? But in which region? Mumbai region. But as a part of DR, what is DR? Disaster recovery. What is DR? Disaster recovery. So company will always think about DR. Disaster recovery. Disaster recovery meaning what if this site goes down? My operations should not be stopped. For that reason, in your company structure also they will be doing like this only. So let's say here in this case, what happened if just in case Mumbai goes down? All your backups are also gone. My business is stopped now. Yes or no? My database is gone, backup is gone, everything is gone. So as a part of DR, what you can do, can you replicate the backup to another region? And just in case something goes wrong with the Mumbai, I have the backups in another region and I can continue the business from there. Yes or no? So that is called what? DR. What is it called? DR. Correct. Exactly. RTO and RPO should be defined. So if you enable replication to another AWS region, if you select this and at the moment, Singapore, Virginia, Oregon, and Ohio, only these 4 regions are supported. So automatically the backups will be replicated to these regions if you select it. But remember, additional cost will be applied for this. So keep that in mind. But in real time, who is paying bill? You are company. So tick, enable it. Okay. Okay. So now next is encryption, which is the encryption that you're using AWS to RDS. But if you want to have separate keys, go and get it from the KMS. Is it possible to log into this DB instance as RDP SSH? Can we do it? No. So, but how do you check the logs? If you select these two logs, it will be pushed to where? CloudWatch logs. So this might be a certification question. So how do you check the RDS logs? Where? Will you write it in your Grandam? So what do you write? So we can check RDS logs. We can check RDS logs in CloudWatch logs. In CloudWatch logs. Okay. So you just select it. If you just select it, and the logs will be exported to the CloudWatch logs. And then we have maintenance, Nana. What is that? Maintenance. The entire platform is maintained by whom? AWS only, no? Let's say which is the version that we are using. Let's say 14 version, 14.1 something, for example. So there is there are two types of upgrades. Minor upgrade, major upgrade. What's that? Minor upgrade, major upgrade. So if it is 14.0.1 is the version. What is one? 14.0.1. If it is going from 14.0.1.1 or 1.2 or 2, 0.1 or 0.2, that is very minor upgrade. So AWS will automatically upgrade that version. Do you see this? Enable auto minor version upgrade. So if you enable this, just in case if AWS wants to upgrade his platform, this DB engine platform, he will upgrade it automatically. When at any time he will not migrate, you need to choose the time period. Okay. So if at all you want, select it. Otherwise, if you say that no, I don't want any upgrades, so uncheck that. And delete protection. Do you remember delete protection? Delete on termination. Or delete protection, stop protection in EC2. Here also, if you enable delete protection, will anyone can go and delete your RDS instance? No, unless you come and disable it, you cannot delete it. So, do you all understood till here, everyone? Online? Clear? If you understand this page and everything will be simple. And finally, based on the selections, the estimated cost is $2,627 per month. Some psycho people are, what they do is, sir, click, sir. Sir, once click, sir. Psycho people. Many of us are here like that only. Sir, once click, sir. Okay. So, it's better to move the cursor outside. Suddenly, if I press, then... Okay. So, guys, now, why... So, now, do you see this 2,627? Let's say, for example, I'm giving you a real-time scenario now. Your manager come and say that, Babu, not only Babu, Papa also fine. So, Babu or Papa, so we are paying $2,627 per month for RDS. Can you please go ahead and then do something, reduce the cost? Reduce the cost. And you are AWS engineer, solution architects, future solution architect, not future, already a solution architect, you guys. So what you can do is, let's try to reduce the price now. Okay. You know very well what is the, in this, which contains a lot of price. Okay. The first thing is multi-AZ. First thing is multi-AZ. Should we go and remove the multi-AZ? Let's say 2,600, no? So let's go multi-AZ on top, from top. Okay. I go with the, okay. One by one. What's the cost now? It's double, no? It is half now. Right? More than half. That's why I said multi-AZ is dangerous. If you Pusuk select without any knowledge, that's why Many people. That's why I'm saying in real time, most of the experienced people where they don't know about all these things, what they do, experienced people have this mindset. They'll read and select, yes or no, no, it's okay. After that, you'll get this much bill. So now, our students, all of you guys, you know what to select, what not to select. Okay. So now, should we further reduce this? Okay. Let's go up. What is the next thing that we can reduce? GP2, no? So can we, okay, 32 GB only we'll keep. IOPS, can I put it to GP2? Should I keep 400 only? Let's see. 791. So if your manager asked further to reduce, huh? What else we can do here? What else we can do? Right? So it's completely we have reduced it. If we say that further reduce it, then what is the last thing that you can do is here? This 32 GB, move it to 16 GB. That is the last thing that we can do. Okay. So less than this, not possible. Okay, not possible. Because that is a protection template, no? So protection, so you have, if you want to give a good performance, then you have to go with the minimum things. Okay, is it clear, Nana? So this is how you reduce the cost in the, and I'll also tell one more. So basically, I told you yesterday, reserve instances. So can we reserve it for 1 or 3 years? Now you are using 16 GB RAM, no? That instance type. So can you go and reserve it? Do you see reserve instances on the left side? If you click it and reserve it for 1 or 3 years, you will get even 75% discount. So that will even drastically reduce to 200 or something. Then your manager tummy will be full and happy. He'll sleep nicely. Okay, na? You understood? So please check it. Please write down in your book. RDS, cost optimization. RDS, cost optimization. Number one, remove multi-AZ. Though, which one? What is the next? So volume type, move from IO1 to GP2. Trace. Next is, if required, if see here, guys, here, if you are still going with IO1, reduce the IOPS. If you are using IO1, write down. If you are using IO1, reduce the IOPS value. If you are using the IO1 volume, reduce the IOPS values. Reduce the IOPS values. Next, scale down the instance type. Scale down the instance type. Okay, these are the cost optimization tech. And last one, reserve the DB instance. Okay. Okay. Oh, we have crossed. Okay. So should we go ahead now, guys? So now let's go ahead and then create our no. How Subhanshu, how come our DB instance can be spot, Subhanshu? Okay, so let's go and create a database freshly. Okay, you have to tell me what to select, what not to select now. Standard create. Next, Postgres, template, free tier. If you select the free tier, do you see all these are all grayed out? Okay, all these are all grayed out. Next, DB instance identifier. Should I call it as Postgres instance? Okay, username Postgres and password should I give root 1 2 3 4 5 6 root 1 root 1 2 3 4 5 6. Okay, Nana. Next, DB instance class. Which one? T3 micro. T2 micro is also free. T3 micro is also free. So select that. Okay. So GP2, we are selecting GP2. Which how much is the storage? 20 GB. That is fine. No, are we putting any data inside it now? No. So you just go with the 20 GB. Or else, if you think, no, sir, I don't want even one single paisa, also go with magnetic and give 10 GB. Okay. So it's okay. Let's go for the GP2. Do you need auto scaling now? Not required because we don't have any data. Uncheck this. Next, connectivity. Connector, don't connector. We don't have EC2 instances. So network type IPv4 or IPv6? IPv4. VPC, select the VPC. Subnet group, default, which has two availability zones. That's fine. So public SR NOVA. For us now. For now it is yes, because we are in public, no. We want to connect it to the DB instance, but in production it is no. But here, yes. And then security group firewall, select. We already default security group is got selected here. Availability zone. Which availability zone? Let's put it in one way. Do you create RDS proxy? No. That's this default. And this. And do you change the port number? Don't change the port number. Password authentication, which one? First or second or third? First one. Okay. So performance instance, we'll enable it. I'll show you how to monitor that. Right. And then DevOps Guru, not required. Do you need additional enhanced monitoring? Not required. Additional cost, additional configuration, database name. Can I call it as demo DB? Not required, but it's just a matter of selection. So do you need encryption now? It's okay, not required. Log, if you select, you need to check in CloudWatch logs and you have to delete it, right? Otherwise, no need. I don't need any maintenance also. And what is the monthly cost here now? $21. So don't worry, they don't charge you $21 for you. Okay, so you choose all these things because T3 micro is free. No, so if you are not in free tier, then you will get this. If you are in free tier, you don't get the bill. Okay, but once you first I click on create database because it will take a lot of time to create it. So now I'll talk slowly. So now there is what I was talking about. Oh, that dialog box is gone. I wanted to show that dialog box. Okay, that's fine. Do you suggested database add-on? This one. So we have just launched the DB instance. Yes or no? We have just launched the DB instance. And here, if you order pizza, you will give the ad. You will also order add-ons. No? Yes or no? Similarly, here also, when you launch the DB instance, you have add-ons. What are those add-ons? Number one is RDS proxy. Yes or no? So RDS proxy meaning it will reduce the connections and then the stress of your database will be low. And then another one, you have elastic cache. Remember elastic cache? What is elastic cache? What is elastic cache? What is that single line of answer? Mm-hmm. Book. Refer the book. I gave you one single line answer. After RDS, we discuss about elastic edge. See that? See. I want that line. కనిపించిందా? బుక్ లేదా? Those who have louder, everyone will hear. What is that? In-memory database caching service. Remember, that is a single line that you should remember all the time, right? So in-memory database caching service. Remember, I gave this example also. Let's say if someone is all the time accessing the same data again and again, it is going to the RDS and fetching the data again and again. So same data. So if you are accessing the same data again and again, 10 times, 20 times, your RDS will feel bad, no? For that reason, what we can do, all this frequently accessed data, we can store it in one place. What is that place called? Cache. What cache is this here? Elastic cache. So from your application to your RDS, in between what you should have? Elastic cache. So all frequently accessed data will be stored in the elastic cache. Now your application will talk to RDS or will talk to elastic cache? We will talk to the elastic cache. And elastic cache support two engines. What are those? Redis and memcached. What is that? Redis and memcached. So here it is add-on. So if you have, so here AWS is saying that, Babu, you are using MySQL and Postgres. No, if you use elastic cache, you will get 80 times faster. How much time? 80 times faster you will get it, because frequently accessed data is stored in elastic cache. No, elastic cache is completely developer's choice. It is a develop, because we don't do, we just go and set up elastic cache. That's it. Developer has to write a code in his application that when to talk to RDS, when to talk to elastic cache. Mostly developer will do all this work, but as an engineer, what we do here, we go and set up elastic cache. That's it. We'll talk that later. Okay. So these are the two add-ons. Okay. So now do you see this here? So Postgres instance is got created. What is the status here? Backing up. So it should be available. Then only, do you see this modify here? So if we click on modify, why it is grayed out? Because the status is not available. So modify meaning what? If at all you want to change anything, like from T2, T3 micro to bigger scale up, or you change the availability zone, you want to, whatever the configuration we just saw, all those, if you want to change it, click on modify. Let's say you forgot the password. What is the password that we have given here? Root 123456. Pusuk, I forgot the password now. So what I do, I select it, I click on modify, and then I can change the password. So anytime, can I increase the storage size? By clicking modify, we have given 20, no? And you can increase from 40, 20 to 200 also. So anything you can go and click on modify and you can modify it. Okay, now it is grayed out because it is still in backing up state. And go to actions. These are all also grayed out because it is still not in available state. So let's talk about it. So convert to multi-AZ deployment. Will you convert to multi-AZ? No, but just to see how easy he has given the link. Easily, if you click on that and then click on save, it will change to multi-AZ and you have big bill. You have flow. So you have a bill. So okay, so don't convert it. Okay, don't convert it. So Ashok Reddy didn't control his anxiety. So what Ashok Reddy? Okay. So next is stop temporarily. So okay, now do you see this? It is available now. So now DC modify is available now. So I'll just quickly hard refresh once. Uh, uh, so you see now click on this and do you see modify is there no? Click on modify in anything you can modify no, Chitty. Anything you can modify. Do you see? Can you change the instance type also? Instance identifier name or can you change the version also? Yes. So and then can you change the new master password? You can change the password. Can you change the scale? Can you scale up also? Can you change the size? So everything and do you see? Do not create any standby. But if you select this one, uh, so and see whatever the changes that you want to do, you can do the changes anytime here. Okay, that is modify. And then coming to actions. Now see all are enabled. Okay. Now convert to multi-AZ, don't convert it. Stop temporarily meaning your database instance will be stopped. Now what is the role here? I told you. Initially it will be instance. Now reboot, delete, set up EC2 connection. Yes or no? If you have application in EC2, click on it and then select that EC2 instance. Simple. Okay. And then you're able to see, okay. Otherwise you can sit. Okay. So now set up Lambda connections. So guys, Lambda is also a function, right? So that's also an application. So there also they deploy some applications. So if that Lambda also wants to connect to RDS in the backend, simply if you click on setup Lambda function, it will allow us to choose the Lambda function here. Okay. And create a read replica. See, if I click on create read replica, automatically get created, but I'll create soon. Create a, see, try Aurora. Right? So here, what is the engine that we are using? Postgres, no? So I told you Aurora is compatible with Postgres and MySQL. So you can, from here, your master can be Postgres and replica can be also Aurora. So you can click on Aurora. Promote. Do you remember I told you about the promote? If you have a read replica and if you want to promote your normal standalone machine, can you promote it? Yes. But why it is grayed out here? No. Why it is grayed out? Because did I create it? This is a read replica or no standalone instance? Standalone. No, if it is read replica, then you can promote it. What is take a snapshot meaning? Backup. Manual backup or automatic backup? This is manual backup. You are taking. So click on take snapshot. So which select this and call it as my backup. Do you see how easy to take the backup? So whatever is there now, it will be backed up. But the problem here is, so this is backing up state we'll get and then, okay, now restore to point in time. So if you want to restore it, let's say if something goes wrong, something a developer has did something in the database, all the data got corrupted and mix and match, it happened. And your developer will ask, hey, can you please restore yesterday, this time data? There are two ways. Just now we took the backup. No, from backup you can restore it. Yes or no? Or else, oh, okay. Or else restore to point in time. Click on restore. If you click on restore, there is a last restore point time is there. Do you see here? So just now we created, no, that's why it says NA. Otherwise, put the custom time when exactly that you need, automatically the previous state will get restored. And simple, see, same information. Guys, for restoration, same information. See, give the new. And by the way, is it possible to have the same instance identifier, two instance identifier with the same name? So you need to give the different name here for restoration. See, same details. But Pusuk don't select multi-AZ. Huh? So select this and then see same information now. Ditto, same information. So if you want to restore it also, same information. You just need to give the identifier name. That's it. And migrate snapshot. If you click on it, it says wire Aurora, right? So if you want to migrate to the DB engine, if you want to migrate from which is the engine that we are using, Postgres. If you want to migrate to Aurora, just a matter of this, give the identifier name and select all the details that we know, all these things, and click on migrate. So your entire engine from Postgres, it will be migrated to Aurora. See how easy. But in real time, in your physical or in your normal physical infrastructure, it's a big nightmare to do all these things. Upgrading the versions, changing the versions, it's a very big nightmare because you need to stop the machines and need to take the backup of all the databases and uninstall. How you are upgrading Windows 10 to 11, right? So you need to take the backups and there's a big headache actually. But here it is just a matter of click, 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 click. Okay. Now create RDS proxy. Will you create it? Create Elastic Cache cluster. We'll create it later, not now. Okay. Do you all understood about the actions here? Everyone, Nana, is it clear? Okay. So now on the left side, we have query editor. What is that? Query editor is not for Postgres, it is for Aurora. Which one, Nana? It is no database that support query editor. So Aurora, for Aurora, we have Aurora server-based also is there, serverless is also there. Database serverless, man. So generally, database meaning server-based only. No, this Aurora can also be a serverless. So based on your load, automatically in the backend, the size will increase and size will decrease in the backend. So good things. Performance insights. Do you see this here? I selected here and oh, okay. See, do you see this here? Don't tempt with this, huh? So here you can go with the line and table also. Okay. So do you see this here? All the CPU levels you see here, huh? All the CPU levels. Do you see this here, Nana? See here. Top weights, huh? Top SQL, top hosts, top users, top sessions, top applications, top databases. Everything you can get it from here. See, you can nicely see all your. You can do the monitoring here. Okay, so that's a monitoring, and you have the snapshots. I just took the snapshot. No, I just took the snapshot. And by the way, should I create a read replica and show you? Okay. So click on, select that and then click on read replica. Replica source is this one only, no? Postgres instance. And then you call it as Postgres read replica. Okay. Careful. T3 micro. Which region? I told you read replicas can be in the same region also, other region also. See, you can select. I'm creating in the same region. 20 GB is fine. No auto scaling. I don't want. Oh, money. Did you see the select a single? Huh? You can't cheat me. Huh? So here, go with the publicly accessible preference. Put it in 1A. And then password authentication. That's fine. I don't want all these things because I don't want all these things. And then click on data. See, this is a Postgres instance. It was instance. Now it has become, and it has how many child? Only one child, right? That is replica. So like this, how many replicas I can create for this master? 5 we can create. And each replica has its own endpoint. Yes. So now I'll show you how to connect to the DB instance. Actually, actually we no need to worry about this. We do all these things, but so if we click on this, do you see this? If we click on this, if you go inside it, do you see the endpoint? I told you who will be providing the endpoint. AWS will provide the endpoint, and this is the endpoint. But you should be providing the endpoint to whom? Developers or customer, not customer, developers. Okay, so you give this endpoint to the developers. You give the port number to developers, right? And then, guys, which is the security group that we are using? Default security group, no? And what is the we need to enable the port number in the default security group, no, in order to connect. Yes or no? So go to EC2, and we have security groups, no, there. And what is the protocol that you need to enable? 5432. Select this. Inbound. Edit. Which one we need to add? There is Postgres is already there. Do you see? 5432 already selected, and then my and then save. So without adding this, you cannot connect. Okay. Now go here. So this is the endpoint. Okay. Now it is in which state? Modifying states. Let's see. Now, if you want to, which engine is this? Postgres engine. So you need to have the client in order to connect to this engine. What we need to have? Client. So there are so many clients available in the market. Okay. So to connect to the Postgres engines, there is a very common tool is available in the market, which is called PG admin. Which one? So you need to go to internet and download PG admin. Go to Google, and then here download PG admin for Windows. Do you see this? PG admin. So now you know how to download it. Which one? Will you go for the latest or second? Latest or second? N-1, always remember. So go with N-1. So download this and then install. Next, finish it. So I have already installed here. So this is the PG admin. So should I show you how to connect to this? Okay, this is available now. Let me show you how to connect this. So let it come up. So Nana, do you see this here? We have connectivity and security, no? So there you have the endpoint, and then security groups we have connected to this, and then it has replicas, all the information you see here, and then connect to monitoring. Can you do the monitoring here for this? Yes. How many? What is the CPU utilization of your DB instance? Right? Do you see this? What is the lag? And all the information you can see it from here. What is the CPU utilization? How many database connections? What is the load of your DB? Do you see this here? Right? And everything you can see it over here. Logs. Generally, where do you see the logs? CloudWatch logs. So here you can see the events. What you can see? What is happening with your DB instance? You can see the events. And logs, you can download the logs from here, or you can watch the logs. If you click on view, you can see the logs. Close. So configuration, whatever at the time of launching the DB instance, whatever the configuration that we have given, you see all the configurations here. Okay. Maintenance and backups. So we have enabled the backups now. Do you see this? This is the manual backup I took. This is the automated backup for the one, my primary instance. This is for the replica, automatically backup took it. Okay. So can you select this and restore it? If you click on restore, what will happen? Simple. So same options. You select, be careful. Select a single DB instance and give the new name and select all. Be careful, okay? Do you see here? It is selected M5D. So go with the T2 micro. Don't blindly create it, guys, okay? So select all these things and click on restore DB. Okay. Okay. So it opened. It opened. So see guys how to connect it. So right click, register server. Right click, register server. Click on it. Name. You can give any name. Can I call it as RDS instance? You can give any name. And if you go to connections, here it is asking for the host name. Host name meaning what I need to give here? Endpoint indicator. Very good. So how do you get the endpoint? Click on it. Where? Connectivity and security, and just copy this endpoint. Copy. What is the port number? What is the default username? What is the password? Root 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 I have given. And click on save. And expand it. And you see this? Demo DB is the one which I have created, no? So, and there we go. So this is how you do it. And this is how you create the tables. You see? And from here, leave it to developers. So developers will log into this and they'll create tables. So they will also, or they'll play hip hop, Bharatanatyam, whatever they want to play, they'll play it here. Okay, they'll create a tables, they create whatever they want to do, they'll create it. Will you do it here, anything here? No, no. Okay, do you all understand how to connect it to the DB instance? Nice. Similarly, can you connect to the second one also? Yes, but is it, okay now, guys, here. See here, I'm giving you a small thing, see here. This is a databases. Can you create a new database here? Yes, right click, create a database. I create test database. Click on test. Test database got created. Like this, can I create a number of databases? But I want, what you want to do is, there is a question. If it is private, then we can open it in PG admin. Yes, you can know that it should be with your VPN, Nandakishore, from your company. Okay, so what you have to do is, you create a small database like this, how I created, right? And then take a backup. You know how to take a backup now? How to take a backup? Huh? Actions, take snapshot. And can you restore it? And we restore it and connect to it. And when you connect, you should see also test database because you're restoring it. Okay. Guys, is this clear how to connect it? So all the snapshots are here. Okay, this is your snapshot. From your snapshots, can you restore the snapshot? Can you copy the snapshot from one region to other region? Can you share the snapshot one account to another account? Have you done in EC2? Similar way. Migrate snapshot to where? Aurora. Do you see? Just a matter of selecting it, give the name, and then you want Aurora serverless or memory based, select it, and then boom, migrate. But don't do it, okay? But just a matter of click, it will get migrated. And then upgrade snapshot. So, guys, for example, the current version is 15.3. In your real time, if you want to upgrade the engine, I told you it is a big nightmare, okay? But here, can you increase to 15.4 just like that? Click on save. Once you click on save, the snapshot will be upgraded. And from this snapshot, can you restore it? Can you create a new engine? Yes. And all your database will be there already. Only the endpoint will change. You getting it? What I'm saying? Huh? Only the endpoint will change. And can we export to S3? Yes. Click on export and give the name and all 10 GB. Select the bucket here and then boom, export. So it will be export to S3, right? And you can delete the snapshot. System snapshot meaning automatic. So here it is manual snapshot. Here it is automatic snapshot. Similarly, here also you have the same options. Shared with me meaning if someone has shared the snapshot with you, you can see it here. Can you share the snapshot to other account? Public snapshot. Will you choose the public snapshots? Will you choose as public snapshot? No. By default, our snapshot is private. No. So if you want to share it to others, you can share it, but don't do anything in the public snapshot because there might be anytime you can take the snapshot back up and exports to S3. What are the databases that you have exported? You will see all that here. Similarly here, this is also same thing, right? Reserve instances. Can you reserve it, guys? I'll show you. Click on purchase, reserve. If I click on reserve. So which one you want to reserve? Postgres. Which engine? Let's say which database? For example, M5 large. You want multi-ASIA, single ASIA. Select whichever you want. 1 year or 3 years? 1 year. You want to, will you do full payment or half payment? Select whichever you want. And then how many instances? Select it. And then guys, you need to pay $676. And once you pay it, an hourly charge is 0.077 only. So you are purchasing it, right? You will get a good discount like this. Okay, now? I told you proxy, you can create the proxy anytime. Okay. But I told you proxies are doesn't support which engine? Oracle engine. So rest it support MariaDB, MySQL, Postgres, SQL Server, and then select the database name and then click on create proxy, but don't create it. Rest are all similar. Subnet group meaning, I told you subnet group meaning if you want, so to which range that you want to give the access. If you want to restrict it, select it here. Okay. Parameter groups. I told you there are so many global variables, global schemas. What are that? Global schemas. This is not used by us. This will be used by the developers. Let's say, for example, developers, you have something called auto increment. Do you know what is auto increment? So, yes, you have a table, no? When you're adding new rows, the serial number should be automatically increased, correct? So, if you use this auto increment variable, so in your tables, you will get it. So, you know to mention it. This is a global schema, you can use it, right? Table ID and all. That's fine. These are all events. And if you want to subscribe to any event like stop instance, reboot, if someone is rebooting, if you want to subscribe to a particular event, you will receive a notifications. Anna, is this clear? So it is all about setting up your databases, configuring, maintaining, and securing your databases. Clear? Yes. Any questions now? Of course, yes. So Shubhanshu is asking, developers can read from read replica endpoints instead of real DB instance? Of course, yes. Of course, yes. You should give the username and password to them and endpoint, they'll connect it and they'll read it. Here also, can you connect to the read replica? Go here and give the endpoint and then connect it. This is the endpoint. Will you able to do this practical? Easy, no? Super. So, where are the tasks? I told you from the database queries and scripts, they can use it. Okay. Okay. Ooh. Huh? See, can you go and launch Postgres or MySQL DB instance? Yes or no? Yes. Of course, yes, Nandakishore. Yes. That's a thing. So modify default security group and add Postgres and MySQL ports. Download PG admin, or if you have MySQL, if you have launched MySQL engine, which one you can use? SQL Electron. That is also another tool. You can download that SQL Electron and then connect it. Connect to the RDS DB instance using endpoint, username and password. And then what you do? Try to create a small table or a database. Then take a manual snapshot. Do you know how to do it? Copy the snapshot. Try encrypted snapshot. How to encrypt it? Using how to encrypt it? You have a snapshot. And how to encrypt it? Using what option? Copy option. Remember, guys. So you have a snapshot, no? And let this snapshot is encrypted or not encrypted? Not encrypted. If you want to encrypt, how do you do it? Copy, you see, encryption. And I want you to encrypt this snapshot. I showed you already. What is this? You put that face. I'll got a yup half hour. Okay. Try encrypt snapshot, upgrade snapshot, share snapshot, migrate snapshot, export to X3 and from restore from S3. Can you get a read replica in another Ireland region? Yes. And create a read replica in Ireland region, modify Ireland security group, add the port numbers. Which port numbers? If you are using Postgres, add Postgres or MySQL, whichever you want, and connect to it and try to create a table or a DB. Will you able to do it on the read replica? In read replica, can you able to create a table? In read replica, can you able to create a table? No, that is read only, no. Why is it possible to create it? You cannot write it, no, you can only read it. So I want you to feel it. Try to do it and then feel it, okay? Restore a DB from the snapshot. Can you do it? Yes. And if you have enabled the logs, check the logs in the CloudWatch logs. Delete the RDS in Mumbai and read replicas in Ireland. Delete the manual snapshot. Promote read replica to standalone. Can you do that? How? I'm showing everything for you. So I told you promote. Can you promote the primary? Can you promote the primary? Is it possible to promote the primary one? No, which one you need to promote? Replica. Select the replica and then do you see promote option is there? But is it possible to promote the primary? No. So you need to promote here. Click on promote and see what happens. I want you to promote that. Finally, delete all the things here. Okay. And this is an additional task for you. Okay. Can you launch one EC2 instance and connect to RDS? Yes or no? Just to launch, and that EC2 instance will be available in the RDS console. No? Select that. Simple. Export snapshot to NC, restore it. Okay. This is also fine. And this is the exploring option. Nana. Okay. What I want you to do is developers, especially. Can you create a small front end application? Any developers here? No one. Okay. So those who are developers create a small front end application with just a registration form. And I want you to connect to the RDS and get it. Those who are not developers, can you download one small application from internet? No, no. Something you should say. Launch one EC2 instance. Yes or no? And get the help of developer. Generally, who will give the application to you? Developer only, no? So here, if you know any developer, ask some application. Otherwise, can you download some sample application and then deploy that application in the EC2 instance? And you connect, and then you have RDS, no? And this application should get connected to the RDS. If possible, do it. Otherwise, don't do it. Okay? But because I see the face. Uh-huh. This much big task. Yes, Subhanshu said no. So, guys, developers, if you have any application, can you please post it in the group so that our other friends also they'll deploy it, and then or else if you find any nice URL from internet, just put it into the group, and other people also will try. That is really fun to do. Okay. So I don't want you to be only a solution architect. I want you to be also a DevOps engineer. I told you this, right? So in DevOps, you will be doing the work of the DevOps is this only, the last task. So once you start learning DevOps, right? What you can do is you'll be deploying the applications. You'll be deploying. Oh my, 36, huh? Got it. Okay, so please do this. Okay, and then okay, take those, and finally, guys, delete it. Delete it. Don't create any final snapshot. Don't retain anything, and I acknowledge and call it as delete me. And then you delete the replica also. And then we created one manual snapshot, no? So delete that manual snapshot as well. Automatic snapshot will be deleted automatically. Okay. Make sure that everything is deleted, guys. No snapshots, nothing should be there in your account. Okay. Yes, nothing is billable. Make sure no multi AZ and always go with T3 micro or T2 micro. Okay. Good enough. Can you give me the final CC for today, please? Wow. Arsole. So great. So that is all, guys, for today. And I'll see you tomorrow with the next topic. Until then, take care. Bye bye. Have a nice day and see you tomorrow. Bye bye. Thank you, Shagara, and everyone.